And one of the other things that the clinicians have asked for is to be able to easily find patients that they saw yesterday or they saw 2 days ago, kind of recently reviewed patients. Would they be able to do that?
Yeah, when you log onto the portal, there'll be the area where you can see historical patients that you've viewed, so you'll be able to work backwards and pick those cases.
So they can easily find their most recent
Absolutely.
treated patients. Okay. And we've talked about volumes of case notes, and we said that only the last 2 volumes will be scanned. Is there anything else we need to know about the volumes?
The volume structure, as you have it now, will be replicated in EasyNotes. So you'll be able to look for volume data and the data within each of those tabbed areas, so it can still sit separately within the system.
Okay. Someone talked about a list being created to help them manage their investigations. Is there anything we can do with the portal on that?
Yeah, as we talked before about creating your own list of patients. If you've got patients that maybe have been outcomed as awaiting investigation, then we could either have it so it creates a separate work list automatically for you, or you could again create your own pre-assigned list. So replicating your awaiting investigation drawers, for example.
And then we can kind of take them off that list when we've dealt with the investigation.
They become down to the individual then to manage that list.
Okay. And again, in paper case notes, we sort of cross through and sign and date when we've made an error and we correct it straight underneath. How would corrections work?
Okay. As the image is scanned into the EasyNote system, you'll be able to review an image, and if there's anything on that image that you're not happy with, there's a facility called a correction. So using a correction, you can grey out the area that is no longer relevant, which acts as a date and dining, and you can then add in the correction. And that image will always remain constant when anyone is looking at that image. Well, the correction remains constant against that image. Even when it's printed out, it'll print out on the second page, and it will be greyed out itself, but the image...
So that will be part of the legal document then, that correction.
Correct.
And what about signatures on letters? So at the moment, some people print their letters, get them signed by the consultant and then sent in the post. How will the letters work in this new way of working?
Okay, before we go live with EasyNote, we're doing something at the minute to start sending discharge summaries electronically to GPs. So we're going to follow that through with sending clinic letters or electronically to GPs as well. So I haven't quite worked out the finalities of how they're going to be signing them. So again, we'll be coming back to the task force about that.
Okay. And some specialties have said that they want to upload photos and maybe other sorts of digital pictures or videos, things like that. Is that possible?
Yeah, there's an email going out to the task force where I can tell us if you're doing any of that. And again, all of that is going to be possible.
Okay. One of the medical secretaries asked, would it be possible to view my specialty letters only?
Yeah, when you're looking at any of the tabs in EasyNote, you can filter it to show just the information that was scanned for your specialty. So that you can have a look at all the data in there, regardless of the filter. So that's fantastic.
And will that be for the historical record or just for go live onwards?
Well, it will be possible from when we start applying. It will definitely be from the day forward stuff onwards, so from go live onwards. And if we start to apply specific barcodes to loose filing pre-go live, then that will enable us to do that as well.
So that's a pre-go live project to make sure that when we get to go live, we get the best functionality possible in the system. Okay, we talked about being able to access the system with more than one place, more than one person. Are there any restrictions or limitations?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, thank you. And will medical secretaries be able to have the same access rights as consultants? Medical secretaries have said they often do certain things on behalf of the consultants. Will they be restricted and not be able to see certain things?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, thank you. Will you be able to look at clinic lists that took place maybe 2 months ago and still look at that list? So a historic list, a retrospective list, rather than just a recent list, like a clinic list or a TCI list. You do have that on the portal, so
Absolutely, you'll be able to go back in time to look at clinics that took place maybe 3 weeks ago, etc. I don't know how far back that will go, so again I need to tell you and then we can work that one through. And you'll be able to see your discharges, so your inpatient discharges as well.
And you mentioned there about going back in time, and I know there's a functionality called a timeline that's going to be created. Can you just explain what that's all about?
Okay, so that basically brings through all the attendance information that's held in Oasis. So where patients have had an outpatient appointment and they've had a telephone consultation, an inpatient admission, an elective procedure done. If the activities in Oasis will be taking all of that out and creating a timeline, so by month you can start to see what activity that specific patient had. And once we've got all the paperwork scanned in correctly, we can start to tell which paperwork was completed in relation to which attendance activity. So
you go to the outpatients on the 20th of June and see the letter, the outpatient history sheet, and maybe an inter-provider transfer form, all of that one thing. Okay. Another question around timing, but it's more about timing out. So the system suddenly goes down for a few seconds. What will happen? Will they lose the information that they haven't yet saved? How will it all just come back to life again?
Okay, so what's going on at the moment in terms of your first defining, if the system did fail for whatever reason, there was a spike again at 2 o'clock this afternoon, then anything that you've submitted should be saved, but there may be a component of time that it just hasn't been possible from when you press save for that data to have been transmitted to the server. So again, it's all down to testing to see how robust it is and how long it takes for when you say submit, save, for it to be saved to the server. So again, that's testing, which is really key to get loads of people involved in that.
Yeah, and that's probably going to be contacting the trust.
Absolutely.
Okay. Question from specialist nurses around their letters, because they don't currently use BlueSphere, and same with the community trust. But how will it work if they don't use BlueSphere, and is there a plan to move all letters to BlueSphere?
Okay, in the acute trust, the plan is for specialist nurses to use BlueSphere. So I know some of you do use BlueSphere now. If you don't, you need to get all your letters onto them, and we'll be picking them up electronically and bringing them into the portal, so there's no scanning of those letters.
So that's a print and scan. It's just going to be what you call ingested.
Yes.
Okay.
For the community who don't use BlueSphere, we can again pick up your letters electronically, because we can put them into a special folder on your M drive somewhere and ingest those into the portal as well. So even if you don't use BlueSphere, it's not a massive implication on it.
And one final question about money and politics. So people are worried that money or lack of it is going to stop this from happening, and any sort of government intervention is going to stop this from happening, but it's not the national project, is it?
No.
It's completely separate.
It's a completely local Worcestershire project, and the money is ring-fenced for this project over a 10-year timeline.
And it's cheaper than doing it on paper.
Yes, otherwise the Ox wouldn't be doing it.
Yeah. Okay, that's all the questions that we have. So, I hope you found that useful.
Bye.
Bye.